guys. Look at us. It's Two Pearls in a Pod with...
Grab your drink.
It's our podiversary.
Yay!
We're at Sauter Village. Chevy
year.
thought she would jump in our podcast with us to celebrate our podcast today.
I'm crashing the party. It's what I do.
This is 3 pearls in a pod. We're 3
or
pearls.
2 pearls in a pod with a knit. Because I'm a little different.
No, she's not. This has been
So
the best day.
What's your
best day
podiversary?
ever.
Is it one?
It's our 1 year.
1 year. 1 year.
It's our 1 year. We recorded 1 year in our room, the room we're in today.
Yep.
We recorded it on
Here?
on a Friday.
Aww.
Our first
Yeah.
episode we recorded on a Friday.
Because the first one was not.
And it was not, it
good.
was no bueno. It was
Yeah.
not good at all.
So take
So we
2.
went to dinner, and I said, it took us forever too. We were
It
like
did.
2 hours. And I
Yeah,
said,
it was
you know,
awful.
we gotta re-record that. What is that? Do you have that?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. When you're pissed at me, you are gonna so bring that back up, aren't you?
I am.
It's gonna be.
I've often thought about doing a reaction to my first video.
Don't do it. It's too depressing.
I know. I'm like, I'm kind of scared. But the thoughts cross my mind.
So we have grabbed our drinks.
Grab your drink.
Where's mine? Here's mine. Cheers.
It's a snowy day here at Sauter Village, Archibald, Ohio. I don't know. Should we jump right in there? What do we want to talk about first? Oh, maybe this has been a great day. So we see these podcasters. We have some text with them and messaging, and then we meet them in person.
IRL.
And sometimes
Yeah,
you're like,
you know.
man, I hope she's not a bitch.
And
so-
she was. No.
I mean, I am.
She's not. It was great.
But I own that shit.
No, this was a great day. So this was like,
Yeah.
this is a good thing.
We've been having fun. It's been early. Like, well, y'all will hear about it probably when I record, but I nailed a deer on my way here. My car's wrecked.
Oh dear.
But once I got here, I'm okay now. And
It's all good.
It's all knitting.
Right.
Yeah.
And your car is drivable, so
Yeah,
You
car's
can-
drivable. I'm
yeah.
fine. Everyone, it's so sweet because I kind of feel like a jerk because when somebody tells me they hit a deer, I'm immediately like, "Is your car okay?" I don't ask if they're okay.
I'm like, "Are
and
you
everyone's
okay?"
asking if I'm
And-
okay. I'm fine.
We're out on motorcycles all the time, so that's like a big fear. Deer
is the
are
big
Totally
thing
a
at nighttime.
big
Yeah,
fear.
like we're always like,
So I'm not quite as sympathetic to deer as I used to be. So 'cause,
I've hit
you
2.
know,
The first one I cried, and this one I was mad at.
did you
Yeah.
see? Did it like throw it away from the road? Was
Oh,
it on
God.
the road? Like, give me
Way
the gory
far off.
details. Okay, so you
I,
didn't
like totally like hitting a broadside of a barn, like, poof, and then it rolled like way that way.
Oh.
And the
So-
first one I seriously cried. I felt bad for the deer. But this one I was 20 minutes away from Sauter's, yo. And I'm like already late. I wanted to be here earlier than that, and then yeah.
just didn't work in your.
So I was mad at the deer this time.
Uh-huh. All right, so here's the thing: you have to come in the night before.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So
That's what we do.
we start this podcast. I'm losing
Retreat
my
a
mind.
day
We start
early.
our retreat a day early, and really,
You did? You stay here last night?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
And we
know
got
that.
here
I
later
wanted
than
to
normal.
extend it to Wednesday.
I
but
had to
she
work.
didn't like
I couldn't because I couldn't.
We
next
have to
year,
relax before all the
So-
excitement.
next year maybe if we
Wednesday.
come Wednesday, like like if you had friends who knew some people at a shop in Fort Wayne who maybe would open for
Yeah.
us on a Thursday.
Oh man, that
You
was
know who you are out
awesome.
there, right?
I could
Um,
ask someone I know.
Like if you know some people who have a sock yarn store,
Yeah,
Shit the
I like
bed.
it.
we could go to the sock yarn store.
Yes,
That
that would be nice.
sock yarn store people just eat my receipt because I don't want my husband to see the receipt. I spent the most money
Oh
at
my
in
gosh.
one single transaction at a store ever in my whole life at the sock yarn store.
She told me
I
what they
didn't,
spent
Jim,
collectively when
Don't
they
say the
went
number,
to, I
'cause
won't say
sometimes
the
our
number. I
husbands
will not
watch
say
this,
the number.
not the number.
But she told me what like all the ladies spent collectively when they went to Simply Socks.
And we're talking
wow.
3 ladies, not
Oh,
It
it was
wa-
just 3.
It was 3 people.
yeah, just 3 ladies. That's hilarious. Right,
Okay.
Jane?
Who needs Rhinebeck? Who needs Rhinebeck? Go to Simply
Yeah.
Socks.
Yeah.
Well, don't hold on a minute. Let's not get okay.
Yeah.
Let's not get crazy about the Rhinebeck too.
Don't get
because
crazy.
You can do it all. right, Becky?
Sure.
Yes.
Becky is
Once every 10 years. No.
Rhinebeck. We're all going to go to Rhinebeck. Are you guys going to Rhinebeck?
2020.
we're not supposed we don't have plans to go to Rhinebeck right now.
I do. I'll be a Rhinebeck. I'm a Rhinebeck virgin.
We go back and forth if we're going back.
We cannot stay at that same hotel because the hotels were pricey in Rhinebeck, and I think maybe we need to stay a little further away and we would do some things different. I wanted to get on the train because we took Amtrak out of Sandusky. And I wanted to get on the train and be like, Rhinebeck, bitches. The train
because it was going to be in the middle of the night.
It was going to be at 4 a.m.
And it takes a long time,
The
right?
train didn't get there until 6:30. It was 2.5 hours late. We were outside. It was kind of cold, and it took all the wind out of my sails. When we got on that train, I got my wipes out, and I wiped everything down.
Oh, I remember that from another
and then
episode.
When we first got on, the train was full, so it was like, you sit with a strange man. You sit with a strange man.
Yeah, so it was
was
kind of weird at first. So, yeah, but I think maybe driving, and then you could hit some yarn stores on the way out.
Well, because I'm going to Rhinebeck, I looked at, there really isn't a close airport.
It's New York. It's like LaGuardia or JFK.
So we looked at flying, driving, and train. And because I was invited to stay in a house with many ladies, I don't want to be the weirdo who invites my husband to stay,
Be the
right.
Yeah,
and
right.
Dan could give two hoots about Rhinebeck, but he did want to go. So
And it is beautiful there.
It is.
So this is the plan right now. I haven't said it on air yet.
Wow. So we're here for the
Hearing it
unveiling.
First, hearing it here first. And he sent me pictures. I'll show you. We think we're going to purchase a teardrop, which is a little baby camper that my CRV, which I wrecked on the way here, can pull. And Dan's going to drive so that I can knit, drop me off at the house full of the knitting ladies, and the ladies and myself will go to the knitting place, and then Dan is going to go on to upstate New York and run and have like a solo man party.
Nice.
Nice.
And then come back down and pick me up. Like, that's the plan. I hope it works. Fingers crossed.
I was thinking like he could just like
nice.
park it right outside the house
And
that you guys are
right,
renting.
right.
But
And then
he's
it's gonna
really-
be like
or
cousin
worse,
Eddie, and it'll be like
maybe
the
we're
shitter's
staying-
shitter's full.
Where
Yeah.
Skane Cocaine stayed last year, because remember, she was afraid she was going to be murdered.
Where'd
Did
she
you see
stay?
the episode?
She was
I know,
out in
did
the
you see
middle
her
of
episode?
nowhere,
Yeah, and she
and
was like,
she
she kept
was
all the lights on,
afraid.
and she was afraid. And
She's a city girl, though, isn't she? Skane Cocaine.
New
Gina,
York,
aren't you a
right?
city girl? Like, I thought she
think
was
so.
kind of a city girl.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
probably.
from the country. It don't scare me.
Right.
I
Not
don't
afraid of the
know. I'm
dark.
from this city. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm.
So I
Well,
got
plus,
to...
there were some backwoods areas there. Like, I don't know.
So
Did
I
you
got
hear
to
banjos?
have
Not quite.
my library card
I
back
forgot mine.
signed with my first
Here,
time
here.
with a podcaster. So Cheryl signed it and Chevy signed it.
I don't know if you can see that or not.
So
I
excited.
forgot mine. I got that for Christmas, and I left it at
So
home.
yours won't have February.
And
7th.
I have my actual like library bag, Amy Beth bag,
Oh, that's
which
that
are
squirrel.
real library cards. But I had to
Yes.
bring it because I knew you guys talked about it. And sweaty balls. You guys talked about sweaty balls on your last episode.
We did. She doesn't know. She doesn't
Oh my
know
gosh.
much about that.
Sweaty balls.
So
You have
That's
to
a,
watch
That's a
my brother's been begging us to do
Saturday
a little skit on
or-
here. about
Yes.
that,
Saturday
yes.
night live.
Saturday Night Live skit.
I don't. I never watch that much TV. I don't watch very much TV.
It's an NPR. I mean,
I'll
they're
have to-
spoofing off NPR, and Alec Baldwin
All right, I'm sure I can Google it and
shows
find
his
it.
sweaty balls.
That
And
will
then
be
on
my-
another episode of the NPR, Betty White, which y'all know who watch me, that I love Betty White. She's the better than sliced bread. She was on as a guest, and she talked about her moist muffin.
Oh, if I ever
Betty.
talk,
Muffin's very
all right,
moist.
if
Okay.
I ever talk about that on this,
Robert, you
I
better be
probably
watching this
need
one,
to
I'm
go to the
telling ya.
hospital because I have dementia and it should be medicated somehow. I would.
You
Nope.
need to ask your brother if he's seen Betty White's Moist Muffin.
I will.
Huh.
I will.
How long ago? Was that like a newer one?
No, because it was the same people.
Okay.
Like it was, I forget the actresses who did it now. The chick who did Mary Catherine Gallagher.
Yes.
And
yeah.
and I forget the other gal. She's there. It's funny. Sweaty balls, moist muffins. I'm just saying.
Yes.
That should be the name of your episode.
Okay, moist muffins.
Here at Sodders. Cheers.
Yeah, shit the bed.
So, what do you guys do first? FOs or?
I don't know. Let's
fly by the
FOs.
seat of our
FOs. Yeah,
pants
we
half the
just
time.
we don't keep our shit together
Yeah,
most times.
usually we do FOs.
You gonna do FOs?
Sure. I only have one.
I have
so.
one.
What are you?
know.
What are you wearing?
This is the we talked
Audition.
about it today. Audition, yes.
By Knit
like
Purl
it.
Knit
Hunter.
Purl Hunter.
It was a mystery
her
knit-along.
last mystery knit along.
Pearl Hunter. That's a good
Knit
name.
Purl Hunter.
Pearl
Michelle
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yep.
She's out of the Dublin,
Columbus,
Ohio area,
yeah.
the Columbus area, and she
Okay.
was
Yep.
she used to teach at Knitting Temptations.
And every fall she would have a mystery knit along, and this was the last one that she did. So.
It is also my last
Yes.
knit along ever. I'm not going to knit along anymore because it just makes me feel bad about myself.
Cheryl doesn't like that kind of pressure.
Nope. Too pressure.
I
too
don't
much
either,
pressure.
though.
No,
I
because
start with the
It
best
just makes her-
intentions.
It makes her muffin moist.
no, it doesn't. It dries that shit right up because I'm so sad all the time.
That shit
It does.
right up.
Nope. It's like a desert. No, it's not, no, I'm not. Let's go somewhere else.
Okay.
We'll talk about something else.
Other finished objects.
I got my hat. This is it.
Oh.
This is
That's your finished object?
only
What is
thing.
it?
Wavy legs.
Wavy legs?
See, you're
Brown.
still going there.
Okay.
You're still there.
Stop.
Stop. You
Okay,
stop.
just
Wavy legs. Got it.
wavy legs.
It sounds like a dance.
Yeah.
This is Brooklyn tweed. Which,
I love Brooklyn
so
tweed.
I was not going to get on board with the Brooklyn tweed,
Nope. But she did.
and I love it.
The squish factor is awesome on Brooklyn.
So there's a shop in Vermilion, Ohio. So probably a half hour, 45 minutes from where you were when you were on Marblehead, and
Okay.
it's towards Cleveland, and it's called Cast On, and it's a small little. It's a yard
Great
store.
name.
It's in a cute town.
cute
It's a
little
great
town.
town. And she carries Brooklyn tweed there, so I jumped on board.
And it's like a big deal for a yarn shop to
Yes.
be able to carry Brooklyn
Brenda
tweed.
ha-
Like,
Brenda
I
has
think
the
that
whole
you
line.
have to.
And so they're in Vermilion. They have a yarn store, a cross stitch store. I'm a cross stitcher. Like I also
like to
cross stitch. So
I dabble.
and I don't do that as much because I'm a knitter for sure now.
Mm-hmm.
They have a chocolate store, Brummer's
In a
Chocolates,
candle store.
in a candle store, and good restaurants. It's a harbor town.
Vermilion?
Yeah, Vermilion.
I've heard of it. I've never
it's
been there.
it's in between Sandusky. We need to go on a road trip. It needs to be in the warm weather though.
Okay.
You always say road trip.
That
I'm
makes
the
me wanna
planner.
book a movie.
Everybody who knows me knows I'm the planner, and I'm like,
Anybody who has Harleys are always into the road trips. Like
Road
it's an
trip.
excuse for a road trip.
well,
Like,
next
just get
so
on the
next
bike.
weekend I think we're going to. Where are you going to go? It's our Valentine together. Remember on Saturday?
Where are we
No
going?
moist muffins on Valentine's.
No, just it'll be a yarn dry. Dried
One
up
of the
yarn.
bikes is gonna be sweaty ball.
No, there is a trunk show.
Oh yeah.
A trunk show in Cuyahoga Falls at Harps and
Yes.
Thistles. I don't remember which
Do I have
trunk
to
show.
commit right now?
No, you already did.
Oh.
It's on video.
So
Here it is.
It's on the
That's the-
videotape.
that's your only.
That's my only FO.
FO. My only FO is one of my projects that I didn't have finished last time.
I want to see it.
What's his name?
Look at his.
name
You
is
guys, he has
Gerald.
beads in his butt. I can feel them.
Gerald the gnome.
Oh my
Because
god.
Gus named him.
Brian Gus. Gerald's balls! She's stripping down the nose!
Embarrassed. You're supposed to sew the hat on, but I didn't want to because I
Don't
want
you
to change
dare!
it out.
I love it. I love that he's bald. That makes me happy.
He needs a toupee.
That is
So-
so funny.
When I showed the one I made for Cheryl someone asked, Alan Dart designer, Swedish Jultander,
You mean put it up there?
gnome, I don't know. So anyway, that's the pattern that I
I
use.
love
And there's 3 different
him.
sizes on the pattern.
Okay, so what I always say beans in their butt. Is that like rice or what
it's
do you?
little plastic beads, kind of.
Okay.
that
Like,
are
do you get
for
them like
that.
at Joanne Fabrics
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's your pattern.
Oh my god, he's so cute. Don't sew his hat
That's
on.
mine.
I love that you can be like,
That's awesome. All right, what's your FO?
I don't have one.
You didn't bring an FO?
I don't. I'm wearing my Nordiska that I've
That
had
is
for
really what and
for
the
a long
yarn,
time.
The yarn is
Mineville Wool Company in the Constellation colorway, which you can't get anymore.
yeah, it's
so.
I love it. It's cute.
Yes.
Thanks.
Did you just finish it?
No. It's been a while. It's actually my first time wearing it, and I finished it a while ago.
I need to get moving on some sweaters, but
I like longer sleeves, so I need to stop knitting short sleeve. Like if
are you cold in there today?
I was.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It was like knitting at hell's door. I thought.
Well, and then they
Was
turned it
hot.
down though.
I thought it was. Oh, I was dying when the sun
I'm
came
always
in. I'm
chilly.
like,
Well, and
It kind of went hot and cold in there, I thought.
yeah,
I wanted to be like, listen, people, cool it down in here, or I'm gonna end up with a misdemeanor.
Like,
'Cause
I
I'm gonna
like-
be
All the women,
naked.
it was hot,
Yeah,
it was
all the
cold,
ladies.
it was hot, it was-
I liked walking to my room because I have to walk like past the pool, and the room that the pool's in was
Get it
warm.
like a facial.
And that's when I realized that I was cold. So I didn't really feel like I was cold in the room, but
Okay.
then when I
Our
walked
room-
into the pool area, I was
Our
like,
room's hot.
But you could put like a long sleeve shirt on under that. And that
yeah,
would look
I'm
cute
gonna
too.
I'm gonna change into my jammies after this.
It's
Yeah.
like it's like knitting at Walmart. We'll
Yeah.
just all have our pajamas
Yeah.
on.
That's what I'm doing.
All right, so that's it for our FOs.
I know, isn't it?
We
sad?
all have some whibs
I
'cause
was
we're at a knitting
from-
retreat.
I was 220, and then I did this our Morgan sweater and my gnome, so that put me down to 18.
She's talking about her whips.
And then I cast on one, so I'm back up to 19 again.
Becky did like a video while
Confessional.
Cheryl
Right,
was
when I was on the
cruise to confess about her whips to hold her
Because
accountable.
Yeah, and I am working on. That's all I brought. Except
20.
for the one.
20.
How many whips
Give
do
me
you have?
heart
Down to
palpitations.
18.
You've seen them all. The only whip that you don't see
you
on the
serious?
podcast is a pair of socks that I've shown on the podcast, but they just hang out.
I don't
So-
want. I'm not gonna get all mine out.
So you have no? Do you buy yarn ahead, or do you just only buy for what you're working
Oh
on?
yeah, no, I definitely have a stash. I definitely have a stash.
Yeah.
But
I have a whole room full of it.
That many whips give me like, I need to finish 'em.
I know, and that's why I did it. I took pictures of every one, and I keep them on my phone to remind me that no. Don't
And that's
start
awesome. I did
something else,
like
so.
that you
I
could
need-
look at all of them.
I need to take a vacation week to do that, to get them all out.
It didn't take me that long.
And we'll
I didn't
get
need
plenty
any-
done. This is 3 days of knitting.
Right.
people.
Right,
So my hat Dana is pretty close to being done. That was one of my whips.
right.
And then
What else did you bring?
well,
Whip it out, sister.
I brought the
Whip it real good.
dreaded
Ooh, that back's cute.
zigzag.
Oh, not the zigzag.
But I am a
Hold
lot.
on. Didn't you say you hoped that this would be
I
done
did.
for this plate?
I
this-
did.
It's
hope
like
that.
it grows like the
I had
yarn
hope.
balls. It's growing
But
balls.
my
That's
my
cool.
balls are still pretty big. That's a lot of yarn.
Are they sweaty?
No, they're pretty good. They're pretty dry.
Well, I didn't bring mine down
It is a
here.
lot longer than it was. You should have brought yours.
It's not any bigger than the
Hers
last
is
time I
like-
showed it.
Hers is this big. But
I have
since
commitment issues.
I've done this since our last,
I feel like
since I showed it. so.
and that's a lie. That's why I don't knit
It's sock
scarves. I
yarn.
feel like it doesn't move.
No,
I
it's
said I
the
was gonna wear
sock
it on the
yarn that
podcast,
gets
so I
you.
should put it on.
It's the sock yarn.
There's lots of sparklies in
Yeah.
there too.
And only ones, they were like ugly. Well,
Are you just alternating two balls?
Yeah.
Gotcha,
do
gotcha.
one way back and then the other
Grab the
ball.
other one
Gotcha,
and then
gotcha.
put it.
So, and they didn't match or anything.
At
It's
Yarn
just-
Envy
It looks like it.
in Michigan, the store that's closing down, their
They-
group of ladies, everybody knit that. Some of
Yeah.
them have several of them. No life. Apparently, I don't know how they can
Well,
have
I
that
get
many.
bored with it, so then I
Yeah.
can just put away.
That's why I don't do scarves
So I
because I
get-
feel like it's.
Yeah.
Forever.
It gets old.
And then the only
Oh.
other one I brought
The one you cast on.
was the one I cast on, which is the Swan
That's a
Show.
cool bag. Is that a French field bag?
No.
No, what is it?
It
Kind of
was
looks like
It's,
one.
it was from
by the Bay Yarn Company.
on
Here, look. Doesn't that kind of look French?
that
French
was
field?
her Christmas present that was late.
Yes.
Oh, I like
I
it.
had to get it to her later,
So
but
here's my Swan Show started, and this is. Thank you. This is
That's awesome.
Adelaide.
I have
LA
yarn for
Fiber
this.
Company.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You're knitting?
And-
Are you gonna do a knit along?
Well, when you guys mentioned it, I thought about it and I haven't cast it on yet. But I have yarn to make one of these.
I don't want to do it under pressure. Like y'all finish yours, and then I'll start mine. That's what I need to
It's
know.
been fun though. I mean, I started it last weekend, and I haven't really worked on it since then. But I wanted to get it started.
I have
before
this
came
Soldotna.
here, just
Sure.
to-
So Dotna
Give
is
me the
languishing
move.
on the needles, just the collar. It was my New Year's
Yeah.
knit on or cast
Cast
on,
on.
and
Yeah.
well, that's Adelaide Fiber. And
Yes.
So
And we're
Adelaide
kind
Fiber
of
trunk show.
sponsoring a trunk show.
Saturday, March 21st from 10 to 3 at Crafty Needle in Elmore, Ohio. Let me put it up there. So if you're in the Ohio area, come on out.
Which is northwest
Yes,
Ohio.
it's kind of close to the lake. It's in Ottawa County, so pretty close to the lake.
Close. The Turnpike exit is really close, so if you come in on the Turnpike,
That would
it's
be
nice to-
exit 81. Yes,
Okay.
exit
I
81.
don't know.
Right off the turnpike. A bridge is going to be closed, so
But the
don't take 51.
the Turnpike doesn't affect that.
Yeah, the turnpike doesn't matter with that. So I'm gonna buy my
that's
sweater
all I
quantity,
got.
my swan show. Then I didn't buy my swan
So
show
you're
yet.
gonna knit one, just not.
I do not want
as
the pressure of
Not yet.
the knit along.
I've had the yarn forever.
Well, and Andrea, who's down there knitting, like I swear to God, I don't know that she sleeps ever because she'll come in and she'll have like some little thing done, and then next week it's done.
Wearing it.
I'm like, how do you
She's
get it
like
done?
the Energizer Bunny.
I don't know how she gets all that knitting done. I don't.
We have a friend, Jody, I've never seen knit faster than. I mean, Jody's like, I'm like, how do you knit that fast?
I don't. You knit.
She's
I
so
think you
quick.
knit fast. You were sitting there knitting, and I'm like, wow, she knits fast. I'm like, I feel
Well,
bad.
that was
Like I'm a
stocking
slow
it.
knitter.
That was
I
stocking it.
tore out 2 rows, so that's not fast.
What do you have to show for your whip?
Backward.
What are you whipping on?
Backward.
I have, well, my,
Ooh, that bag is cute.
this is my naughty knitting
Oh.
sack.
Oh my God,
So like the outside, right? Naughty knitting sack. And
that is hilarious.
that's why it's naughty. Skeletons.
Naughty. That's naughty.
Okay, so this is my tissue box folder.
Is this
I'm doing-
reversible too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm
And she
doing
feels like
plastic
being
canvas.
naughty.
So
Oh my
I
God.
showed that
Yeah,
on.
so what
I think it's right
sparked your
for them.
plastic canvas?
I used to do.
Oh wait, it
plastic
was upside
canvas.
down. There we go. And then I got that one done. So this will be a tissue box, you know, like old school grandma tissue box
Mm-hmm.
cover. So I brought that.
What sparked this?
I
I mean, I did plastic canvas back in the 80s.
Aquila from a Lefty Knitter podcast, who I love, somehow stumbled upon a Bargello.
Oh, okay.
Bargello. I mean,
Okay.
that's like a certain kind of stitch, but there's a Bargello,
There's a quilt pattern like that too.
or yes, quilt.
Okay.
But there's a new company, or newer, like they're kind of bringing back the plastic canvas,
Okay.
and it's called Bargello something. I can't remember.
Yeah, because like I just remember plastic canvas was huge in the
Yes.
late 80s and into the 90s. Like,
So
That was my
she did
jam.
these little like earrings, and this Bargello is super cool. If you look up Bargello plastic canvas, it'll
Mm-hmm.
probably come up. But she made these little earrings, and I thought I want a tissue box cover. But I made up the words myself because I like snarky stuff. So
where are you gonna? Is that gonna be at home or at work?
yeah, at home.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet at work, I think.
The other one, so I have Snot Face, Blow Me. The other one is Crybaby, and I think the fourth one's gonna be Picket.
Just
So,
pick it.
just pick it. Then I cast on a sock head. which
That's really cool.
I don't know if you can see it. It is
Yeah, that's a good.
a magic
Now, is that
ball
the cow?
cake thing.
Or-
Yes. For
Okay.
those of you who watch my podcast, I did a Lost in Time shawl that I crocheted, and this is the leftovers.
that's
So I
really
started.
That's gonna be cool.
I started the sockhead hat.
Have you
Love
felt
it.
it
It's just
when
a
you
new
come to the
castle.
knots at all?
I feel it when I come to the knots,
But you
but
don't
I
see
don't
'em.
see it in here. Yeah, no.
That was a good idea to do that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's one of the things I want to start, but then that
Yes.
would make 21 projects.
Gives me
Next year,
I'm
next year
working
we'll
on it.
be
I'm
we'll be
working
she'll
on
be
it.
like 32 projects.
like
Yeah.
heart palpitation.
I probably have at least that many. Maybe more.
They're either going to be tore out or finished
Yeah, I need to do
by
something
June.
about that.
No, I don't know.
You're working. You're getting it. You're
I
getting
am.
it.
I'm working on it.
And then my last whip is the Caliamitri, which I'm probably saying that wrong. This is a free pattern on Knitty, and I have it halfway done. So I wanted a headband so that when I have my hair knotted on top of my head,
Yeah.
instead of a hat, I can just put the headband on.
Hat Dana is one because
That
we'll
would
have
be
to
a
look
good
that up
motorcycle.
later.
And I have that
too.
pattern. I
Do
have
you?
that pattern too. Yep.
Because she did. Denise had her hair like there's different ways you can wear it.
yeah,
and
I
it's
want it
really
like
cool.
I always like
Backward
knot
and-
mine on top of my head.
Right. That's really
So yeah,
cute.
and then this one like buttons at the back, so
yeah, that's
That'd be
you
a
don't
cute
have to like
motorcycle one.
throw it. You don't have to like pull it down. Oh, because I have
Right.
some headbands that are just circles all the way around, but this one has a button, so you don't have to like. When you take it off, you could just unbutton it and still have your hair flat.
you don't
instead
mess
of,
up
like-
your messy
Instead
bun.
of doing, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why I've knit this before and I loved it and I lost it, so I'm knitting.
this would be a good one for when we get off the motorcycles and take our helmets off. You can kind of like hide that hot
Yeah.
mess.
Yeah,
And you-
and this is the same yarn as the Nordiska that I'm wearing, which is Mineville Wool Company.
Yeah, it's cute.
And my stitch marker says bad words.
You should have that in your bag.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it should be in my naughty
Yeah.
knitting sack.
I better not say that.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to saying
It
it,
says
but maybe.
cast that la 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 off. Fill in the blank yourself.
Well, she puts things on your island.
Pick
Cheryl does.
The
when you
island.
send things off to the island because you're mad at them. What island do you
Oh
send
yes.
them off
Yeah.
on? Yeah, that's my
does.
favorite.
Yeah.
That's where her 20
island.
projects are.
They're all out at the island.
I have
Yeah.
I have lots there.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, that's all I've
Yeah.
got.
What? I don't even know where to start. So, I have a hat by Heidi and Lana.
Were they at YarnCon?
Yes.
Yes.
And they have
Margaret.
it packaged super cool,
In like,
right?
in like
in that.
the cardboard, in the
Yes.
corrugated cardboard.
Yes, this is super cute.
Heidi
great.
and Lana, those were her lambs' names when she was a little girl.
At her grandmother's
Aw.
lamb's names
Yeah,
or
okay,
something.
yeah.
So
So Margaret is
I
the
have-
designer.
it's this hat.
Look at you, all professional and just
Um,
like super.
yeah.
Mine's
This
all, like,
is the
wadded
only
in a
way to
ball.
keep my shit together. It's called Season by Heidi and Lana. I had to call Brenda at Cast On, which is where I bought this, because of the edge. And you provisionally cast it on, and then you had to do this thing. Then you just take the provisional cast on off, and you don't attach it to anything.
So if you do this, just trust.
Just trust go with the pattern. That's what Brenda
Ah,
told
it's
me.
one of those.
I put a lifeline in before I did that because I'm like, oh, this does not seem right to me. So that did not. It worked out, and it turned out good. Like the edging.
I trust the designer a lot of times when I'm like,
I know I need to. So
That's
She has
interesting.
trust issues.
I have trust issues and control issues. I have to control
Yeah,
everything.
She just has issues.
See there's the.
Usually at provisional though, you do like attach to
Yeah,
something.
You
very
have to
s-
because
it was
it's
very
like live
strange,
stitches, but just in the pattern, I went with the pattern. Brenda said as long as you did exactly what she said, it'll be okay. So thank you, Brenda.
Okay.
It worked out. I didn't lose any of my crap.
And you
or
bought that
anything.
as a kit?
It was a kit.
And it came with that cute little tag.
The tag, and I left it at home along with
Yes.
everything else that I should have brought. Left it at home.
all right.
I brought enough for everyone. The entire back. I'm almost embarrassed of what my car looked like on
Oh
the
my
way here.
goodness.
The entire back of it was full.
The deer was probably afraid. He's seen it all. He's like, holy
Everything
shit.
was on the floor then. I got back in the car after I was like shaking and mad at the deer and looked at the damage,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, all of my stuff's on the floor.
That damn deer. So then, my grandbaby was born January 17th.
Oh, baby.
Well, yeah, have we not podcasted?
We haven't podcasted since the baby was born. His first name is Rhett. Very excited.
Rhett?
Rhett.
Rhett.
R-H-E-T-T, like Rhett Butler.
Oh.
So
Rhett
I'm making
Thomas.
Rhett's baby blanket out of Malabrigo washed. And I have one more skein. I'm 75% done with this dude.
Oh my gosh, it's stockinette. You're purling all those
So-
too?
It has some little
Oh,
different
there
areas.
is some. Okay, okay.
So like it's
That's
like it's some
cool.
different areas. This is a free pattern. Tin Can Knits. It's called Malt.
Tin Can Knits has such
Oh,
great pattern.
this pattern is great. Like I'm going to make this again. Let me see what we can do here. This is the front of it. Oh, not good with the lighting maybe. Back here a little bit.
I really like it.
So this was cruise knitting. This was, bad story. So I dropped some stitches in this and I was on the cruise and apparently my husband cannot pick up stitches for me like Becky can. So Becky's probably better vacation partner. She can pick
Remember
up the
that
stitches.
the next time you go on a cruise.
Well, so I had a little bit of a fit out in the sun on the pool deck, and I lost my shit and I threw it, and then finally I grabbed it and stomped up to the room and got it all back together because I had to be alone, and the wind was blowing, and like, sorry, hun,
Don't
I know
you
I
feel
was
sorry
ugly.
for on a cruise knitting in the sunshine.
It was bad. It was a big girl
My heart's
fit.
breaking.
Well,
So you just dropped some stitches into that?
I know, but normally other people correct my mistakes for me. I'm not real good at that.
And when she means other people, she means
I
me.
mean, Becky.
Well, I always feel bad because when I teach people how to knit, they're like, how do I fix this? And I can teach someone how to knit, but I don't know how to teach them how to fix the mistakes.
Well,
so I'm like, give it here.
right, which is what
'Cause
Becky
it's
does
easier
with
than
me, and it just works
explaining
out.
it,
And I just
yeah.
be like, oh, I'm not even paying attention to you picking up
Yeah.
those stitches. And so Wi-Fi is not very good on a cruise ship.
Oh,
I couldn't
yeah.
like get a YouTube video to show me how to correct this. I got it.
But you
correct.
figured it out.
I did.
I learned on socks because it bugged me that I looked back and there was a purl in the wrong spot, and I would tear down a whole row on a pair of socks
Yeah.
just to fix that one spot. And it
I
really
do it
was
all
a
the
good
time.
thing to learn.
So someday maybe
So-
Rhett's gonna be watching these archives, and I'll be like,
He'll be
Rhett,
look-
honey, your blanket
He'll
was
be
on a
looking for
cruise, and
mistakes.
I had a granny shit fit over it, but sorry, dude. Hat Dana.
Hat Dana. I don't know why I always want to sing it.
So,
Hat Dana.
This is my third Hat Dana.
Is this a photo?
Oh,
Mom?
look at here.
No,
So-
say. Come say hi.
Okay, at this
They can see what
retreat,
you're talking
you
about.
get neck wallets. That's what they
Yeah.
call these.
Yeah.
Do you need
Does
a neck
it?
wallet? I guess.
It says,
I took my neck wallet
and
off.
you can buy it for $6 if you want to keep it.
But you
That's how
probably
that's
don't.
how we know that it's a knitter is you're wearing your neck wallet.
Yeah. So we think those are knitters.
Maybe.
Andrea, you should come over here because we always talk about
We were just
you.
dogging on you about
We
how
were
like,
talking about you.
like you fart
And
and like
Heather.
stitches come out, and then your stuff just gets all made quick.
And Heather's the one that took my cat Cookie.
So you guys
Not
are
a cookie,
famous.
but the cat's name is Cookie.
The cat's.
That was
Yeah,
Cookie
Heather
who.
takes,
That was
Heather takes cat cookies.
which works out because Cookie makes bad decisions about
Yeah.
where she lays her logs.
Yeah.
She does not make
Yes.
good decisions, and that's why Cookie had to be
a
moved.
farm cat.
Cookie
Poor
went to the
Cookie.
farm.
And when my mom used to say they took an animal to the farm, that isn't what they meant, but she really did go to the farm. She did. I have proof.
You get
I
pictures.
get video. They send me videos. They're on a loop, but
Okay,
She's
wait.
there.
She's there.
So Hat Dana.
Yeah.
This is my Hat Dana and some yarn I bought at the Great Lakes Fiber Festival last year. The one where
we took our husband.
Becky invited the boys to come to, and my
They had
boy
so
was
much
not the greatest
fun.
behaved. And then, you know how when you kind of go through the Fiber Festival, and then I go back through and make my purchases?
Oh yeah, you got to do a
Because
loop first.
you want to make sure, okay, so this is not unusual.
Yeah, no,
needed
you do a
them.
loop, and then you go back and buy.
We
Okay.
needed our husbands to carry our yarn squirrel.
Yarn swirls. What's a yarn swirl?
It's
a
a big
upright
Swift,
Swift
upright
that you don't
Swift.
have to hook to a table with the winder on top.
I should have brought mine.
So it's self-standing Swift.
Okay, I've never heard of one.
It was a bullshit
We
amount of
need
money
to do
also.
put it on the on a video.
I thought we had it on
See,
one
when
of
you
them.
have a
It's Lucy
Dan,
doing it.
I like take a picture of it and I'm like, make me one of these.
Oh,
Oh, well, yeah.
yeah, okay.
I mean,
We'll talk
I
about
might
that.
get it before I die, but he'll make it for me instead of buying it.
Which probably would be more fiscally responsible than what we did. So-
Sometimes I just buy it though because I don't want to wait.
But
They
so,
both had
well,
new
we went
motorcycles, so
we went
it was
through
easy. No.
the fiber thing, and then we needed to go back through to make our
Right.
purchases. And my husband is like,
Didn't we already go through here?
"You already went through all this." I'm like, "Yeah, but I didn't buy anything." So then he's like breathing down my neck, and I'm trying to rush to make my decisions. And
He was very sweet. He was fine.
nope, not again. So that is that.
Dan knows. The first loop is the look-see-loo. The second loop is the purchase.
Don should know that. He's
Because
been
if
to
I
enough.
purchase, like if you purchase on your first go through, like
What
do
if
you
you
know how
find
much you
something
would've-
better?
right? Or how much would you like? I would buy more
Right.
because then, like when I go through the whole thing,
Right.
then it's like
Right.
that's cool, but I don't need it. I really want this,
Mhm.
so that's
At Rhinebeck.
It's really being responsible.
When you go to Rhinebeck, don't do that.
You can't.
When
do it
you
there,
see it,
right?
when you
Yeah,
see
you
it,
gotta buy
you
it
buy
when
it
you
because
see it.
there's so many barns full. I mean, it's like the buildings, the barns. It's set up outside. You'll never like we did that, and then I'm like, wait, was it down here? Was it like
Oh, you
didn't
don't
really
know where
you
you
don't
are.
even remember where you went.
What's the white dot on the camera? I never noticed that before.
What white dot?
Am I seeing
Oh, the
things?
bottom. No, I
Yeah,
see
right.
It's
it.
not like don't go to the
Right.
white
I think
light.
it's-
Stay with
I think
us.
it's the home button.
Okay. I never
You're
noticed
fine.
it before.
The clock's moving. That's the
Okay.
important part.
I can't see that. 'cause
All right.
We're good.
This is your phone
I
that
know.
we're recording off of. You know how many messages did you have to read on how many emails?
4.
No, there were like 800 and some that were unread emails.
They're not,
So if you
they
need to
are
contact
not the
us-
two pearls in the pod
If
ones,
you
though.
need to
That one was
contact
only
us,
a few.
do not email Becky. You better email me.
I have 241.
What the front door? My God.
But that's between like 4 emails. So my
I thought you
Yahoo
were gonna
email is my like crapshoot email. That's like all my newsletters and all that. And then I have a Dan and Chevis email that's for like actual real people who breathe. And then I have my work, and then I have my Chevy Rail stuff.
I thought you were going to say that's between me and my phone.
I have
business.
40. I have 40.
Well, you better get to that.
I'll get to them. They're just today's emails, probably mostly
When I
junk.
just go delete.
I do mine in the middle of the night when I have
And
insomnia.
I can't sleep. I
So
do
if I'm
too.
busy at work, like that's when I have a bazillion emails. Sometimes that's like 400 or 500. So
It happens.
my friend Tara.
So
has
you
a
better
kid
call
over.
them or get their, I don't know, smoke signals. Don't email them.
Text me.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't call
It's
me.
important text.
Don't be that dude.
Don't
Yeah.
call.
It's not 1972. Text me. Unless someone has died, text me.
Literally, because that's your business.
That's right.
Like,
Even then,
So
I
they're
get a
like-
text.
do you really?
Yes.
Boy, that's pretty cold.
Well, they
Like,
get a
what does they
person.
say? Like,
They get a person.
Mom just died. Can you?
No.
Hey, yo, can
Yeah.
you just come and
They get a
pick
person.
her up?
And then the answering service
take
texts
her
me
to
and
the
says,
farm?
"Hey,
Can you
you
take
have a
her to the
thing."
farm?
Uh,
All right.
She's gone to pasture.
All right. So, what about acquisitions? Did you bring your purchases?
I did not.
You didn't bring
You
that
have
pineapple
some.
yarn
No.
You had
I'll
pineapple
show it
yarn?
next time.
from that pineapple yarn company?
Yeah.
Have you seen? She has a
Pineapple
podcast
yarns.
too.
Oh,
No, I haven't bought
the only
any
pineapple
yarn.
I know is a crocheter.
Mm-mm. You didn't bring anything? What the hell?
I don't have anything either, but I haven't
hardly
bought
ever
anything.
buy anything.
Well, shit the bed
we
then.
don't buy stuff. Just you buy
It's-
stuff.
it's-
That's
the
a
Cheryl
lie.
show.
That is a lie.
It always is.
As she pulls skeins out of a bag.
So Yarn Envy's going out of business. I might have mentioned that. And last weekend
I
it was
could've brought-
30%
I bought
off of
2 of
everything in
those.
the store.
Oh, nice.
It is worth your trip up there.
It's
And
a sad time in that
that's not
area,
bad.
but
So
Yeah,
I
they're
got
super bummed that
this.
it's going.
This is going to be a hat Dana.
nice.
Some Madeline Tosh.
I love Manta. I have a skein of
Ooh,
that in a
will be
different colorway.
Good with your motorcycle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, my motorcycle got delivered at the same time that the baby was delivered. January
You had a harder
17th.
labor.
So we'll never forget the day the motorcycle came and the
No.
day the baby was born.
January 17th. So then I guess this is just Malabrigo. I don't.
No, just
Are those all acquisitions? That's all enabling?
Yeah.
Hey, don't
That's
judge.
That's a
There's
slow
a
month.
pile of skeins right here.
You should see all the projects I have started. It's
Gives-
more. It's
makes
more
my-
than 20. It's
makes
more than
my
20.
heart beat
You know what I
fast.
really want to do? I really want to call people and go, hey, can we come and do a tour of your yarn room? Wouldn't that be fun to do?
Yeah, like my
Those-
stuff room.
Yeah.
Some
yeah.
people have. I don't have. I have a stash, but it's not that big.
Where do you keep
Some
yours
people
at?
have in the stuff room.
Hidden
I have
away.
some, like-
Don't see it.
I have some like yuck yarn like in a tote in the craft room, but the my like stash is in those cube things.
The good
You know,
stuff.
like I have 2 cube things.
Yeah,
like
okay.
9 cubes. You know how you buy those?
So wait,
Yeah.
you have
bins?
18 cubes or?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Yes, 18. Yes.
Okay.
No, that's a lie. One's 916.
Okay.
So
I just
15.
was worried you meant you only had a couple.
Cubes
you only
like
used a
like the
couple
cubes
of the
like.
cubes.
You
Oh, yeah,
have
no,
type
Like
of
IKEA
cubes?
cubes.
Yes.
Wow.
No. It's like I got it at Menards.
Are they packed full? Like.
Some of the bins are packed full, but not
Because
all.
Cheryl's, when you open the drawer, it goes,
Poof. It's like blows up.
Yeah.
And then I'm always worried. I'm like, I'm not gonna get this
So
shit back
I
in there. Like,
have-
holy crap.
I have 11 cubes. With yarn
I have
in it.
8. And I can't fit it. I don't even
And
know
I
where this.
have
I don't even know where
20
this is
yarn
gonna
bags
go.
With projects, but hey,
Well-
Yeah, see the whole whip scenario.
I know. I'm
So,
Ooh, that's cool. I like the yarn she used for that.
so this
What
is
that?
this book.
Malabrigo has a book.
Malabrigo.
They have a
book.
bunch of them.
Yeah.
So this pattern, right there, it's in this book. Is what I chose. In this yarn.
And when are you gonna put that on
yeah.
the needles? Just asking.
Judgmental friends are the best. I don't know. I don't know. Because I have a
When can I come
Soldotna
over and
sweater.
count your whips.
No. Nope. Not welcome.
I want to help you catalog them.
Whatever you want to help me. My ass, you don't want to
You
help
need
me.
to
You
get-
want to hold that over my head. That's what she's
You
doing.
have this many.
Uh-huh. And then I have this and coral, and there's a hat in here.
Is this the lighting? Is
It's
not
Rio's.
right.
It's
more like
fuchsia.
Is it
raspberry,
hot
yeah.
pink?
Yes.
Or is
Yes.
it okay?
It's fuchsia, and there's a hat, and I want to make, and I have like an orange coral color.
yeah, I feel like it does. It almost looks
And-
red in our light, but it looks
know.
pink on the screen.
Well, I was gonna make the mitts out of it because they're two-tone, but it's gonna be orange, this coral and this to make these two-tone because the orange and the pink are our favorite colors, which is how we got our little pearls on the pearls in the pod. We like those bright colors.
Rock on.
And then
And
there's
your bike's orange. Not
my
your
husband's
but
bike is
your
orange.
couple's
Mine
bike.
is white. So this hat, pink and orange.
Ooh, I like it.
This is in the same Malabrigo book.
What's the name of the hat?
The name is Hudson,
Hudson
Yards
I like it.
by Talitha Kuomi. And I think it's going to be an interesting knit also.
Yeah.
But I'm not casting this on until that Soldotna is done. I have a Soldotna on the needles, and that after the baby blanket is done, because
Those are some pretty big projects.
you don't
too.
want the baby was born January 17th. Like, he's gonna be a month old. Like, I don't want him to get the blanket when he's 17. It's time. Like, I
Right,
need to
right,
I
right.
need to get this done. Then I went to Lake Erie Mercantile off in Monroe, Michigan, kind of off of I-75, and Leading Men Fiber Arts last Saturday was having a trunk show.
Really? That's
Yes.
cool.
So
Because aren't they from like Illinois?
Illinois. They're in Michigan this weekend in Clarkston, Michigan at that yarn store. I seen it on Instagram, I think. So Leading Men Fiber Arts. I don't know, the color might not look real. I don't know the
It's actually, I feel like it's showing better on screen than it is in person.
okay. So don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but thought I needed
You
it
should
for
make some
stash.
socks.
This is DK weight.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
is
that
it?
looks
Oh,
thicker.
This is DK.
I
This
can tell.
is for my socks. There's that.
Is that orange and blue? Like,
Yes.
Like the
Tigers
Bears?
color.
Like Detroit Tigers.
Oh, Tigers.
Earth Tones Girl has. You don't watch Earth Tones Girl, do you?
I have
subscribe to
seen her, but I don't watch her.
She's
I know
doing a
Mars,
free
and
so-
she's friends with Maria.
She's doing a free, like, class thing. She uploads them on Saturdays for making socks
Aw,
with different
that's nice.
techniques and stuff. It's really cool. Like, she's doing this for free for people, and so
I know she's like super. Well, anybody's friends with Maria because Maria from
Mm-hmm.
Ninja Chickens is awesome, and I think they're like besties. They do a lot together.
Okay. Yeah, I think so because she talks about it a lot on her podcast. So, one of my regrets on Rhinebeck, we were at Needles Up and I seen her, Tones Girl, at.
Okay.
She was recording, in her Rhinebeck episode. She was recording and we were like in her.
it?
She wasn't recording us. She didn't know us, but I should have went up and talked to her
Yeah.
because I feel like she's just the sweetest person and. I just think she, would have been
And
nice
you
to
can
talk to
tell.
her. Like,
I
why
feel
didn't
like
I
you
talk
can
to
tell
her?
the people who would be cool.
Yeah, that
And
was-
I know, yeah.
It was stupid. Like, I didn't go talk to her. Do you remember seeing her? She was like,
Yes.
she
Yep.
was. I mean, we stood in line.
Right.
We were early on. We were one of the first groups into Needles Up because they like only let so many people go in because it was in just like a little hotel.
Who does
Thing.
Needles Up? I get Needles Up in the other one. What's the other
Legacy
one?
Fiber.
Legacy
Arts.
Fiber Arts does
Needles Up. And then what's the other one called?
Indie Untangled.
Indie Untangled. And they're both like pre-game
They're
Rhinebeck
pre things.
things,
Needles
right?
Up was free, and it was at the hotel. We picked that hotel because that's where Needles Up was.
Oh, okay.
So we stayed in that hotel. It was at the Best Western in Kingston. Indie Untangled was in Saugerties, which was, I don't know, 15 minutes away,
Are
like
you
10, 15
are
minutes
you
away.
going to get tickets for that, or you're hoping?
For Indie.
I have no idea. I
Well,
get to
no
I heard
idea.
somebody, yeah,
I
I don't
don't
know.
either.
And
And
I
I'm,
said if you don't get tickets, the only way to get in there is to volunteer.
I'll just hang out outside the door and talk to everyone as they go in. And I'm kidding.
and then slide
What'd you
in.
buy? What'd you buy?
So
I'm fine
we
with-
tried to get
I'll be at
tickets
the
to
bar
Indie.
with a drink in my hand.
There was a lot of things in there that you couldn't get anywhere else.
Yeah, so that was it
Where
was
they
it was
did ya.
disappointment because like you're probably not going to go from where we live in the country. You're not going to go to Rhinebeck every year.
Right.
Maybe we will.
So you want to experience that if
you
it's
want to
there.
do everything that's there,
Right.
and so we didn't get to
And
we didn't get into Indy.
It sold out in seconds.
We were like I set an alarm and I had it all in my queue.
We were at a restaurant.
We were at a
and
restaurant
trying
like
to
with
get
our
tickets
husbands, and I was like, "Hold on, stop the presses,"
Stop.
and I like tried to get them, and they were sold out. Not one
So,
session.
Those types of places, I'm always skeptical because I would hate to like get the tickets and then it be so full that it's not enjoyable because you hear that a lot about
Supposedly
places.
at Indie Untangled, they don't allow that to happen.
Because you buy a ticket for a
For a time
session,
slot.
for a time slot.
Yeah, like you go in
and you have like a certain time slot that you shop, and then when
And then
your
you're,
time
like,
is
out.
up, like you're out.
But
And then the next
but
group
the other
comes
one
in.
I did feel both of the other ones we went to, I was overwhelmed because it was too crowded, and I didn't like. I don't like that.
shopping.
Well,
I don't
Like
wanna
I'm not a
fight to get to
TJ. I'm not a
table.
TJ Maxx shopper because I don't like rooting through
Right.
the
Right.
racks that are cram
Well,
packed
this
full.
is like rooting through a crowd. So.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
if you
it's
can't even
not-
get to
Well,
it.
and you kind of need to have a plan when you go in.
Yeah. Yes.
Like research like who's in there and what they have. Like look them up online. So
And
we
I
and
get
Becky
in
and I
there
were
and I wanna-
talking. Becky and I were talking today, and Sandy by the Lakeside was at Needles Up, and
Yeah.
her stuff is really really nice. We didn't buy the leather. It's like a I don't know what was it like a little project bag or I don't know how.
like a sock project, or she uses them for pencils and stuff.
It
too,
was
but we both
overwhelming.
regretted that we didn't get that.
I did buy a Sandy by
I
the
stood there
Lakeside
and
bag,
held it, and-
but
we kind of went straight for her
and we were in there right
booth,
away.
and so it wasn't as crowded. But then
But there was only at Needles Up. There was only like, was it like 9 vendors?
That's it?
9 or 10 vendors.
Oh, that's small.
It was in a small room, like half the size of the room we're in right now.
because it was
Gotcha.
not told.
Tuft,
tough.
Sucra
ones.
Sucra, Legacy Fiber Arts,
So
Sandy Bit-
progress progress creepers, stitch markers, yarn,
Bags.
bags.
It was like
There
it
was
was
a couple
curated
yarn
for
ones, so-
specifics. Like there wasn't 2 bag makers because I think Amy
Yeah.
Beth has done it in previous years, but I think she stepped back a little bit from that whole thing.
Gotcha.
I don't know if the whole thing, but she didn't go. And I think she's had some health issues that, and she talked about it on her podcast. So she, for whatever reason, she didn't go. And I think, she was probably really missed because people love her bags.
Yeah.
The other thing that we didn't do that I would like to done there is go to some of the animal stuff.
Yeah, and I
do
like
that.
that. At Rhinebeck, you mean?
Yeah. They have the parade of alpacas,
Yeah,
and it's really cool. And then they had the llama parade also.
Were they like leaping llamas, right? They
Yeah,
like jump
Like
over
on
the
Sunday,
stuff.
they have
seen
leaping
that,
llamas. But if you go to that, you need to get there early because you can't get a seat. You can't
but
get
at least
in.
you can go sit up there and knit or whatever.
We spent a lot of time in waiting in lines.
But there was always so many interesting people to talk to that it was.
People watching is one
Well,
of my
and
favorite things.
like
to do.
everybody was knitting. Everybody was like standing
Everywhere,
around
yeah.
knitting, and it was just I never felt that we were anywhere too long. And we went to Yarn Bazaar, and we stood at least 2.5 hours.
And I was
We were outside.
2
Yarn
hours in the
Bazaar.
line for donuts. It was a Christy Glass.
It was a
event.
Christy Glass event.
Yarn Bazaar was.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But that one was too crowded. I couldn't. I bought some Chelsea pearls in there and.
Yeah,
went
Chelsea
out 'cause it
yarn,
was
and
crowded.
then because that cake was that cake wool.
Yeah, but
And I
couldn't
would have
get
been
near 'em.
interested, but you couldn't get near it to even see it. And then there was some
And that's frustrating.
There was some
Yeah.
bags there that interested me, and you couldn't get. It was right there where cake wool was. I think
I'd be scared as a vendor to have that many people because how could you I mean, you'd like to think that everyone is honest, but we know they're not.
They
I would
had-
be
Right.
scared.
they had a lot of people like working with that. Like you could see
Watching.
that they like each vendor had people there working.
Yes, but it was like.
It was crazy.
crowded.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
bad.
Teach their own. Like
But it
all
was-
you Black Friday shoppers might love that.
Right,
I
there you go,
am
yeah.
not at
No,
all.
I'm not interested in Black Friday.
I don't want to elbow somebody or watch some. Like in
Yeah.
Fort Wayne, we have Vera Bradley started in Fort Wayne. For those of you who know what Vera Bradley
We've
is,
been there.
Yeah, we've done
and they
that.
have like a discount,
sale.
yeah,
Yeah.
at the
Uh-huh.
Coliseum, and
We've been to it.
they
Yeah.
I mean, these people like elbow you,
Mhm.
rip
Yeah.
things up. Like
Did you
I've
go?
not. I
Did you ever
not.
go?
No, but it made the news because everybody was
Yeah.
acting a fool,
Mhm.
Right.
like ripping bags out of hands,
And like scrapping.
oh
And
my
like you're not.
gosh.
There's no place to sit down in there. You're
No.
not allowed to sit on the
'Cause they
floor.
wanna
You're not
keep
allowed
you
to sit. They
moving.
want to
They
keep
want
you
you to-
moving,
yeah.
and like you're not allowed to sit on the floor.
Yeah.
Like it was exhausting.
It was.
That was. I've been to it 2 or 3 times, I think, and like
I don't need that kind of stress.
I'm
in my
selling
life.
all those bags right now. I'm weeding out some stuff. So there's like a little sale here where you can sell stuff.
Yeah, they have
and-
like vendor table.
and I brought-
It's not vendor. It's like a swap.
I
It's-
mean,
yeah,
when
like-
I went a few times, but it was nice because I could get my daughters and granddaughters.
Oh, yeah, the
Vera
prices
Bradleys,
are
and they were
great.
not
Yeah,
expensive.
but
I just don't like
I
fighting
don't know that
people.
it's worth the fight.
Here in Ohio, down by in Delaware County, there is the Tanger outlets, and there's a Vera store there.
Yes.
You can go in and get
And it's the
deals
same
that are equal. It's the
prices,
same
close,
stuff without
yeah.
all the crazies, except Black Friday. I went with my sisters on Black Friday. We stood outside to get into Kate Spade, and we were out there probably 40 minutes. it was.
The Veers make
I
nice
don't-
knitting bags, but
I don't have that in me. Like
No.
I could not.
Mm-mm.
When you see those videos where people are like elbowing people and knocking
I
people
don't-
over,
Right.
I'm not gonna do that. I don't think next year. I think
but
I'm
I'll
gonna
stand
dial it
outside
back.
and watch.
Well, so
I'm a people watcher.
our friend Lisa, that
yes,
she
they made
the
Mama
shop.
Jean
Yeah,
shopping.
made Mama Jean's shopping. She wanted us to get her some Miss Babs yarn.
oh man.
And so we're like, oh, well, we're going to get Lisa this Miss Babs yarn. And so we go, where's Miss Babs? It's in this down here. And we, like, all along, we kept seeing all these people in this
Yeah,
great
what
big
is
long
this
line. We're like,
line
what are they
for?
doing? They were checking out for Miss Babs.
They talk about
I
Miss
mean-
Babs being wrapped around the.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I am from Fort Wayne, and Simply Socks Yarn Company is my LYS, and they sell Miss Babs. So to stand
Right.
in a line that wraps around, I'm like,
It was insane. We didn't buy it then. Sorry,
Yeah, I
sorry,
bought-
Lisa. We love you,
I
but
know. I bought
they were-
Lisa's the first day.
no, but we went
we
back.
went back that afternoon.
Like
yes.
we went back
Even-
right before we left.
Even then, it was crowded. Because remember when I was trying to pick something out, it was right in front of my face because people were pushing on me.
And you couldn't get it. Like it was terrible.
Yeah.
They had the bags that said, "Block that shit right out." I thought I love those
Yes,
bags. I
me
loved
too.
love those bags.
that shit'll block right out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. So that was I bought that there, but I ended up the next day I bought my Miss Babs.
So whenever I complain that I make it, I made a mistake, I gotta tear it out, and if Jim's sitting there, he goes, "Oh, that shit'll block out."
That shit'll
Every
block
time.
right out.
Right.
I love it when the dudes like pick up our lingo.
Yeah.
Well, and at Rhinebeck, there was a lot of guys walking around, and they had like T-shirts on that had
Yarn
funny
Yarn
sayings about
Husband
yarn
or
husband,
something.
or some of them were really funny. There were a lot of guys.
Or when that guy was on Facebook talking about knitting and how it's only 2 stitches, it's knit and purl, and
Mhm.
so Jim was like, "Well, how hard can it be? It's only knit and purl."
Yeah, I don't know that my
It's not
hubby
hard.
would tolerate that level of.
Rhinebeck madness.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he'll do it.
Dan would follow me around and he would like have fun looking at everyone, but I would know that he was just waiting to leave and that would
Mhm.
like bum me out.
Right.
Right.
So he's
That's
gonna go
why-
run in upstate New York while I'm there.
That's why we just went.
It's beautiful though. Like he'll love the scenery and the hills.
Oh yeah,
and-
It's
and he's
amazing.
totally he
It's
loves to
amazing.
run in new places and it'll be fine. If we get our teardrop.
So is he gonna like go to a campgrounds, or like what do you do with it?
Yeah.
Like
I
shitters
don't know.
full, like on the side of the road. I'm not a
Well,
camper
there isn't
person.
a shitter and a teardrop. So he'd like go to a
gonna
truck
be like a
stop
bear.
or
All right.
well, yeah, like dudes, it's easy for them to pee outside. And if you're at a park, there's a shitter somewhere.
All right. I think we're just babbling now. Should we?
Cheers.
Should we? We'll be like, cheers, people, and happy podiversary to us.
Yes!
How about that?
I don't even
Happy
know what
1
number
year.
it is, but it's 1 year.
Fireworks.
But this is gonna be the moist
muffins episode.
muffin episode.
Yeah.
Sweaty
So-
balls and moist muffins.
All right. Well,
Yes.
until we see you guys again.
Peace out.